Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining. We're talking about tonight 30 days of intentional acts of kindness. I am the host, Troy Holt. Shortly, I will be having my co-host, Sherita Douglas, joining, and hopefully my other co-host, Bola, joining us a little bit later if she can, but she is in the chat room. And we're still doing this challenge of 30 days of intentional acts of kindness. Just want to also give a gratitude for our replay viewers. So if you listen to this on a replay, thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. We appreciate that. But 30 days of intentional acts of kindness. We started this actually in November. We started talking about it and coming up with it. And so then we put it into practice in the month of November. The premises come from this book by our mentor, John Maxwell. He came out with a new book called Intentional Living. And we just want to be intentional in our lives to do intentional acts of kindness. I am a coach, speaker, and trainer with the John Maxwell team. I'm also a financial consultant with a company called Virtual Financial Group. And I'm just here. I'm excited about this this movement we have started. We have a lot of people that have participated. We do have a Facebook page. Thank you, Kath Quinn, for joining. We do have a Facebook page. Bola, you want to put our Facebook page in the chat? Thank you for joining. Kat, thank you for joining. Had to do a little typing there. We're talking about 30 days of intentional acts of kindness. And usually I have my two other co-hosts. They're not here right now. But Kat, I don't know if I'm assuming this is your first blab with us. But we welcome you. And if you want to get into the seat, the seat is available for anyone who wants to get in the seat. And talk about intentional acts of kindness. Thank you, Bola, for putting our Facebook page in there. Our Facebook page, if you go like our Facebook page and say, I think, what's the date? The 17th, we have 13 days left. We started with 30 days. We have 13 days left. And you can still make an impact with 13 days. It could be one day that you can make an impact. So we appreciate everybody who's joining. Bola, any in the chat, any particular acts of kindness you can think of that stood out or was significant? Brian, anything that you can think out has been significant? I've been doing acts here and there so much, holding doors. Yeah, Brian, a hug or a smile. Seeing people post, encouraging people. So it's been a lot that I've been doing. It's natural for me to do simple acts of kindness. And we're just trying to take this onto another level. I did do a video for Veterans Day. I did do a video for the veterans. It was late when I done it. But I did do a video. I said I wanted to do a video for the veterans. I had a few people who were not even veterans that said they listened to the video, was short, and they appreciate just me doing that for the veterans. So Bola, keep encouraging people. That's an act of kindness, and people need that. We don't know what's going on in people's lives daily. People need some encouragement. As Brian said, they need a hug, they need a smile. Today I did an act of kindness. One of my friends, church members, she put on Facebook, she said she need a hug. And so I gave her a virtual hug through social media. So you just never know what people are going through. And just that, thank you, Bola. Yeah, just that, a couple of people I put on Facebook. Kat, you never know. I put on Facebook, I think it was yesterday. I went home. I'm originally from Nashville. I live in Florida. And I went home to Nashville Thursday. I had to be in Huntsville, Alabama Friday and Saturday, but I went to Nashville that Thursday to see my family because it's about an hour and a half away from Huntsville. And I've been home 3 times this year. The first time I had a flight that was headed to Detroit. The flight got canceled. And so I ended up staying there. And then the second time, my brother got married. So both times, first time I was there a couple of days. The second time I was there 1 day, in and out. And my thing was I wasn't really excited about going home. And so this particular time, I was very excited about going home. And I realized what was happening. My mom passed in April of 2014. So I hadn't been home since those 2 times this year. This is 2015. But I wasn't excited about going home. But this particular time, I was excited about going home. And I was looking forward to it. And it was only 1 day, but I was excited about looking forward to it. So I came to the conclusion is that I have went through the grieving process of my mother, and grieving is a process. And I realized that I've completed the grieving process. So I posted that on Facebook that I went through the grieving process, and I had a couple of people. They began to comment. One lady said, she said, I really needed to see this. She said, because I'm still dealing with my dad. I had another person said, she said, that's a blessing, Troy. She's a friend of mine. She lost her mother a little bit before my mother, but she's still grieving. And so just those little words of encouragement, just sharing, being transparent, help someone else. And so we never know with the little things that we do, how it can impact somebody, to bless somebody, and just a word of encouragement to uplift, to strengthen, and to be a blessing to somebody. You in the Keys, Kat? Okay, I never been to the Keys. The Florida Keys. Kat, I would love to visit the Keys. Kat, do you want to come in and join in the seat? The seat is available. Don't be scared. All right, Kat is joining us. Good evening, Kat.
Hi.
How you doing?
Where are you in Florida?
I'm in Pensacola.
Oh, okay. You're way up there by Alabama.
Right. Yes, you're right. As a matter of fact, Kat, from my house, I can get to the Alabama border in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I kind of grew up down here, and I spent a long time in California, and it got a little crowded. So
Okay.
I came back to the Keys.
Okay. What part of California?
As far south as I could go, and still be in the United States. So I was in the San Diego area, but a small town.
Okay.
Yeah, called Encinitas, Carlsbad area.
Okay, I've heard of it. Okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of family there. They all kind of followed me out. In Laguna, LA, Santa Monica, around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, Kat, tell me how do you feel about intentional acts of kindness?
Well, I love your topic. I think there's way too much anger and fear going around these days.
Okay.
And I don't know what happened to all our manners and our tolerance. I find it extraordinary that we, can't get along. Like our friend said, like, really, when did we decide that it was all about this animosity? I don't know. So I have a thing in my office, these goofball pictures that I bought. They're very simple. Mm-hmm. They literally just have these puffy clouds, and in the middle, it just says, be kind. I have one at home and one at work, just to remind me.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sherita.
All right. Hi.
My co-host is here.
Oh, good. Good. The pressure's off. Thank God. Oh, okay.
Sherita, we have Kat's Queen. She is from the Keys, Florida Keys. Can't hear you, Sherita.
Got no audio. Oops.
And Kat, I can. Oh, okay, it's your lighting. Okay.
Uh-oh. Can't hear you.
Still can't hear you. I see you got a new headset. It's probably the headset.
You got a fancy headset.
Can't hear you.
Nope. Can't hear you.
So Kat, you say you have a sign at the office that says "Be kind."
That's correct. That's just to remind me when I get a little cranky, you know.
Okay, all right. And I'm assuming it helps because it's there. And you said when you get a little cranky, you realize.
Well, not only that, I can point to it when other people aren't so happy.
Okay, Sherita, do you have so you do point at it when other people are a little bit harsh or get a little bit angry. You point at the sign?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
When that happens, do they laugh? Do they get it?
Oh, they mostly laugh. They mostly laugh. My thing is to leave them laughing, you know, because, you know, the day-to-day stuff, it gets you going, and it really doesn't matter. You got to let it go. You got to just, and it's hard, you know, we get wrapped up in our jobs and this and that and just the day-to-day stuff, but yeah.
Well, you know, you doing the act of kindness there by just pointing at the sign and causing them to laugh. And they may come back and say, that made my day. You know, I was having a bad day, and I seen a sign, and it made me aware. And now, you know, I'm conscious and you know, start laughing and say, hey, that made my day. Right.
Yeah. Well, but like you said, you never know where someone's coming from. You don't know what just happened.
True.
Yesterday, you don't know where they've been, where they're going. You just don't know. And you got to, I try really hard to be open. Just to be open to where people are at that time. I know everybody's doing the best they can, you know, with what they got at that day, at that time, you know.
Right. Well, I've heard that a lot of times when you see people who, you know, maybe they are exploding and they're rude and they're loud, a lot of times there's something else behind it. Sometimes you take it personally.
Right.
But a lot of times it's really not us. It's something else happened and we're just getting the brunt of it. Not saying that we like it, but that's what a lot of times, if we just try to, you know, question the person, hey, what's wrong? What's going on? A lot of times it's really not us. You know, we just have to catch it, you know.
Right. I agree. Most times I think it has nothing to do with us. We're just kind of in the way, you know, in their path, you know, while they're having their hard time or whatever. And they're, you know, and I mean, I do that too, you know, and it's just hard. You have to kind of, I don't know, just try to reach out and be as humane as you can. And it's not always easy. And I personally need a lot of reminders. Oh, good. We got you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Great.
Good. We got you.
Oh, cool. Please continue.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So, yeah, I don't know. You know, it's very important to me to try. And, you know, you can never just get there and, oh, I'm so cool now. I'm like a totally nice person. No. It's like a constant effort to reach out, be kind, let it go, try to understand who's in front of you, what's going on, you know, and to be humble.
Right.
But you don't know.
Right. Well, sometimes that's what happens is our pride get in the way, and instead of being, you know, humble, you know, especially, you know, when somebody's going off and we try to, you know, we want to be kind, you know, nobody wants to be talked to any kind of way, or somebody, you know, fussing at us and going off, you know, and sometimes it's kind of hard because our pride get in the way, our ego get hurt, and, you know, you don't talk to me like that, but, you know, but you know, my thing is, there's a scripture says that a soft answer turns away wrath. And so most of the time what we do is, instead of taking water and put out the fire, we put more fire to it.
Right.
See, the kindness is the water to put out the fire.
Right. Exactly.
A lot of times we fight fire with fire instead of taking the water and put the fire out.
I agree with that. You know, I always say, you know, sometimes when things are going a little wild, I'll be like, well, you know, it kind of feels to me like when a 2-year-old is pitching a fit, you can go bananas But you got a 2-year-old pitching a fit. Really? You're going to go bananas because I mean, come on, it's a 2-year-old.
Right.
So it's kind of like detach a little bit and try to get a little distance and not take it so personal, whatever it is.
Right. True.
Yeah.
Sherita, chime in.
Yeah, I have one of those almost 2-year-olds here
Oh
in my house.
word. You know, no sleep for you.
Oh, and she's into everything. But you know, when she's pitching a pitch, am I gonna join in with her, or am I going to, let her get past it?
Right.
And I just get past it.
Right.
She's okay in about 5 or 10 minutes or so.
It's not easy though, is it?
No, it's not. But you know what? As you get older, you come to realize some things just aren't worth the fight.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And when that awareness comes, it's much easier to deal with.
Right. So it's like, how productive is that? Right. Yeah. So let it go. Yeah.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Right. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Sherita,
hey, Bola.
how's your intentional acts of kindness been going? What's been happening?
You know what? I am so engaged and involved in so many things just now that it's very easy for me to set an intention and then be able to carry it out just because there's so much interaction with other people. Right. Like, for example, today I noticed someone needed some assistance with some things that they're working on with their business. And today I set the intention, okay, because I knew the person was going to call me. So when he calls me today, I'm just going to say to him, can I help? Can I coach you through this? And sure enough, he was very, very thankful for it. And we got past it. It's so amazing how offering sometimes just to listen and encouragement for people will just help them to overcome whatever it is that they're dealing with.
True.
And that gives me joy when I'm able to just listen and offer a little bit of encouragement, because the answers are within us. We just need to hear ourselves say it so that we know what actions to take. Right. And so to be able to give that is like so rewarding for me. And it comes back. Like, for example, today I have this lady. I need to take this course for a certification, and the course is $1,500. And I called the lady, and that's just one portion of it. The other portion is also $1,500. So I called the lady, and I was like, I want to take this program because I want to work with veterans. Because I'm a veteran myself, and so to be able to help other veterans to get through some things, especially those who suffer with post-traumatic stress disorder. Because she's been doing this work for 40 years, and she said to me, she said, you know what? I said, what? She said, today is your lucky day. And I said, why? She said, for number one, you're so persistent. I've been trying to get in contact with her for 2 weeks and haven't been able to. She says, number one, because you're so persistent. But number two, because I really know that veterans need this help. Let me give you this course for free. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So yeah, she's like, so it's a 40-hour course, and she's giving it to me for free. And she says, let me help you with something. I'll take it a step further. And I said, what's that? And she said, how about if I contact my friend who does the case management part of it? I can have her give you the training, and we'll get you a scholarship for that as well. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is just like so amazing, because, I was thinking to myself, I got to come up with this money. How am I going to do that? So it's great. When you give something, it comes back to you. And that's what you really have to, and it, like 1,000 times more, like that's what you really have to be mindful of at all times, is giving comes back. But when you do it with intentionality, you not only help the person that you're doing the intentional act with, but then that someone else is purposefully, it's like the universe is conspiring to say, when she does something intentional, I'm going to do something intentional, and she'll know she can't top me. And so sure enough, that's what happened. So it's great.
Bola said, is anybody hearing the delay with the blowout? I'm not experiencing it, but Bola said she is.
It's not sending my text. Oh, okay. It's coming late. All right. So yeah, it's just an awesome thing. Just an awesome thing to experience. So one of the things that I'm going to do this week is on Thursday, I'm going to go to an assisted living home, and I'm going to sit and I'm going to play some little board games with some of the elderly people that are there. I really enjoy spending time with them because I learn so much when I spend time with them. So they think I'm doing something for them, and they don't know I'm getting so much from them. You know, like it's a reward for me. So I'm looking forward to doing that on Thursday. Yeah, it's going great though. It's going great.
I've had last week. I had when I went out of town at least 3 times. I'm trying to buy other people lunch, and everybody wanted to buy me lunch.
Wow.
And I, I didn't, want to take, because I wanted to do, they said, no, I got it. One friend said, you got it last time, and so I said, okay, well, I got it the next time. So it's good, that a lot of times when you can do certain things and you be the initiator, let me show the acts of kindness. A lot of people, I got some friends that if we want to go out to dinner or something like that, do you have your money? I ask them that because they're going to play games,
Right.
You get there, well, I ain't got no money, no, I don't play like that, Now, if you was straight up front, you say, hey, look, I don't have no money, I'm broke, I can deal with that, but they play little games, and I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at when you do something for someone else, and I've been in situations where I'm trying to do, an act of kindness for someone else, and they're insistent that they do it, and I'm like, okay, people will say to me, oh, but you're interfering with what I got going on here. They have it in their minds that they perfectly. So what I'm learning to do is just humble myself and say thank you and allow them, because that's what you just have to say thank you. And so,
and I'm like, this Sherita and Kat, I don't want to miss my blessing because I get blessed by helping you. So I don't want to miss my blessing by helping you. And so a lot of times we can do that, by missing. And it's good when you got 2 people who wants to they want to do it. I want to do it. There's nobody trying to get over and stuff like that. That's great.
Kat said that, everyone wants to be needed and connected, and that is very, very true. That is true.
Everyone.
It's
right.
Let me find. I'm gonna read y'all something. Let me find it. Y'all go ahead and some to that. I'm gonna read it.
So, Kat, you're in
the Florida Keys.
West.
Florida Keys.
Well, I need to come down there and visit you.
Oh, yes, you do. It's very beautiful. Where are you?
I know. I live in Port St. Lucie.
Oh, my gosh. I have a lot of friends that moved up there because, it's very, very difficult to live here. It's quite expensive. Right. I have like 3 jobs.
Wow.
Really? It's expensive there?
Oh, ridiculous. Yes. Very high. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But remember, I'm from California, so I'm sort of used to ridiculous as far as real estate. Yeah. But,
So, Kat, is California or the Keys more expensive? Which one's more expensive?
California.
Well, it depends. San Francisco is much more expensive. Okay. But the difference is in California, you have jobs, good jobs.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's not, there's like 3 jobs here in the Keys.
Okay.
Seriously. And I got 2 of them,
Right. What's the major industries there?
The electric company, the government, and the water. You got to have water. Honestly, and of course there's tourism, a lot of hotels, a lot of vacation rentals, that kind of thing. Yeah, but as far as security, water, electric, government, that's it. Okay.
I'm gonna read these 6 things that people.
Troy, we can't hear you.
Oh, you can't? Can you hear me now?
Now we can.
The 6 things people need. Number 1 is acceptance.
Uh-huh.
One of the deepest human needs is to be unconditionally accepted by others. Uh-huh. Number 2 is appreciation. Anytime you show appreciation, you raise a person's self-esteem. Ooh. Number 3, admiration. Abraham Lincoln once said, everyone likes a compliment. When you compliment people on anything that they do or say or any of their possessions, they feel more valuable and important, and they like you more as a result. Mm-hmm. Number 4 is approval. You heard this recently, Sherita. Babies cry for it, and grown men die for it. People need approval from others, especially whom they look up to and respect. Number 5 is attention. People always pay attention to the things they value the most. When you pay attention to someone, they feel valued and important. Number 6 is affection. People want to be touched physically, emotionally, and mentally. They do not want to be around cold and harsh people.
Right. Connected.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. We're only human, right?
Now think about it. When we do acts of kindness,
such good things. Where do you get those things from?
I got this from an author called Brian Tracy. You heard of Brian Tracy?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, one of his books. I think it's the public speaking book. I think that's what I got. I take a lot of notes. But think about it. When we do the acts of kindness, acceptance, appreciation, admiration, approval, attention, and affection, a lot of that can be right in acts of kindness. Especially if you give somebody a hug, a smile. Right there, it can be those things right there, and people look for that. They want that, and we build people up. Because nowadays people feel like no one cares. No one cares about me, what I'm going through, how I feel. But when we do that, we take our focus off ourselves, do some act of kindness for somebody else, and then that person can be inspired for the today or the rest of their life. Like I've said before, they could be thinking about committing suicide.
Right, and you don't know. This is so kind of small, but I think it demonstrates it. I saw him walking out of the grocery store tonight after work, and this gal, she looked a little rough around the edges, but I could kind of see she was looking kind of cute, the way she was dressed, and she had little sneakers on, looked like she was working out or something. But she had that, tough girl look on her face. Okay. And I just kind of looked at her and I smiled, and man, you should have seen the smile on this gal. It was so beautiful, and it's just that little connection. I don't know who she was, where she going, but man, she had a beautiful smile, and I feel like for that millisecond, I connected with her.
Right. And you said it earlier, Kat. You said everybody want to be connected. Right. Well, how'd you say it? You said everybody wants and need to be connected. Yeah. And that's true.
Just because we're social beings.
Yes, we are, right?
Social beings, and we all need to be connected to others. But, sometimes we get so caught up in, what's going on around us and who it's going on with, and, all these kinds of things. And we just seem to lose touch with the fact that a smile makes a difference. Right.
Right.
A kind word makes a difference.
But I find that manners and politeness goes out is going out the window. Just holding the door for somebody. Somebody behind you. Just hold. I mean, it takes 5 seconds. It's something small. But just holding the door, but it's something I do even before we started into that act of kindness. I do that when you go through a line, a cashier. Thank you. Just thank you. That little thing right there. If you have a waitress, every time if I go out to eat, and every time the waitress brings me something, I say thank you. Hey, what's your name? And I say thank you. Can I get some Heinz 57? She brings it. Thank you. Can I get some more tea? Thank you. And so people appreciate those little things that, because you should have some people come to a restaurant and the waitress is killing herself, and nobody even don't even show any gratitude. Right.
And I got to tell you, I was in the restaurant business for a very long time. I started when I was very young, and man, most people are really nice, but man, some of them are not. Right. And, I've actually had friends who, they would be dating a guy and they'd talk about how obnoxious he was to the wait staff. And I thought, I don't know how you can date this guy. I'm sorry. But if he's rude right there at the get-go and he's on his best behavior, whoa, whoa, where's that going to go from, I don't know what that is. But
on the first date, he rude, yes.
Yeah, about your character, right. Yeah, I don't know. That really bothers me. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Sherita. But see that, but people Let me hold on, Nathan. Can you? Okay, you got it. Okay, thank you.
Okay. You need me to pop out?
No. You good?
Oh, okay.
You're great. Please don't go. Hi, Nathan. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Nathan.
Hey, Nathan. Well.
Great.
I saw insignias and I was like, oh, I know those insignias very well.
Yeah, Nathan, you're on the JMT, yes? So Nathan's he's another one of our tribes, you know. We call ourselves tribes.
Right.
So, yeah. Nathan, we're talking about intentional acts of kindness, you know, from John's book, Intentional Living. So we decided to do 30 days of intentional acts of kindness in the month of November. So we're talking about some of the things that we've been doing.
Love that.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's crazy to think how one intentional act can change someone's entire day.
True.
Yep.
It does.
And it doesn't take a lot.
True.
Troy was talking about it, you know, even opening the door for someone.
Right.
The past week, my intention with every single conversation was to talk the least amount. So many different questions, and to keep your mouth shut. And what's funny is,
I like that.
I do too.
Yeah,
so
I need
after
that.
every single conversation that I've had with people in the past week, I've had people saying, I've never talked to someone where it was so easy just to talk. Like I felt like I could tell you anything, and you were there listening, and I didn't feel like you were judging me. And even just the simple act of keeping your mouth shut and just listening can go so far. I mean, even before we launched Intentional Living, the big thing, I was talking with my mother, and she said, you know, one of the things that I intentionally do with your nephews is I like to sit down and I just ask them to tell me about their day. And she just sits there and she listens. And she said that she gets so much more trust and she gets so much further in the relationship because she just listens.
Right. That's it. And Nathan, to what you said, one of the JMTers, he said this. He said what he decided to do when we first started the 7-day and the 30-day. He said that he would ask his kids, "How was your day?" And you know, kids, teenagers, fine. And so he said, what he started doing, he would ask specific, what was the most interesting thing about your day? And so he got more specific. And so even my wife, sometimes I ask my wife, so, well, babe, what was the most interesting thing? What was the best thing to happen? What was the worst thing? You know, and if you get specific like that and then listen, you know, then that's huge. So listening, man, Nathan, I mean, that's an act of kindness, just sitting back, listening without judging and talking less and listen more. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I believe that listening is probably one of the most important gifts that we can give to another person. But not only that, it's a gift that we give to ourselves. If we really think about it, because I tell you, I learned so much from listening to other people. I do on a weekly basis what's called a roundtable, and we go through a process of learning about a different topic every week. And when I listen to the things that people on there discuss, a lot of the time it's people from Africa, and their perspective on things really, really helps me to see things so much more differently than I would see, or I presume them to be, just because I took the time to listen to them, their perspective, how they see, you know, because they live in other countries, and so what's going on with them isn't the same as what's going on here. And so to hear their perspective, I grow so much. I'm able to relate to them in ways in which I never thought possible because I took the time to listen to them. It's powerful.
What has been the biggest awareness piece that you guys have gained from starting to become intentional?
It takes planning. You've got to plan to be intentional, okay? Like when you say it's intentional, hello, you have to plan it. And that is a big awareness piece for me, because like I'm not going out of the house today and saying, oh, okay, at some point today I'm going to do something nice for someone. No, I plan to do it. And so planning to do like, but that's with everything. I plan my calendar now more specifically. I plan the calendar and then I plan a day. So I have a weekly calendar, I have a daily calendar, I have an hour by hour calendar, because it's and being intentional is, it can be exhausting.
Yeah.
But it's getting into the routine of things, and that's the most important thing. So yeah, it's rewarding. I really see where that intentional aspect is helping me to create an environment in which I truly desire, where I'm living from purpose rather than allowing life to just live, or living life. I'm living from purpose now. And I see that. I see how you can go from success to significance, and it's all in what it is that you do, what you plan to do. Yeah. What would you say? What would you say?
Sherita, you said something really, really interesting, and it's the one thing that most people don't catch, and it's that to live intentionally is hard, which is why most people don't do it.
Right.
Because it takes effort.
Right.
It does take effort. It really does.
It takes so much effort.
It does.
You think about, John, when he talks about when he's going to interview with someone.
Right.
When he's going to just have a meeting with them. He spends an hour just thinking about questions that he wants to ask.
Right. Yeah.
When was the last time that we sat and we thought, okay, I'm going to dinner with my sister or my brother, and I'm going to be intentional. What am I going to ask them? What do I want to know about them that could develop our relationship, or let them know that I care?
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And Sherita, what you said was, now a lot of stuff I do naturally, like I said, open the door, said thank you, but I need to take it to another level. So the hardest part is because we go through our life and we got this routine. We just go through our life, and then constantly, we had to stop, sit back, stop, and think, okay, what do I want to do that's intentional? And then Nathan, like you said, I remember reading what John said. He would go out to dinner, and one of the questions he would ask is, what's the best advice you've been given? And he would go around asking all the people, and he said that will open up a conversation, and they would have a conversation, and he would learn, and they would learn, because they would begin to share information because he asked that one question. And so I actually have tried to do that. I had a meeting with somebody, and I said I wanted to ask them, what's the best piece of advice. I think I did do that the other day. I can't remember what the conversation was, but I'm trying to be intentional about the meeting. Me and my wife, another thing, so I said every third Friday is date night. So we have church on Friday, and after church we're going on Friday. So you just gave me the idea, so I need to write down some questions when we're sitting down eating that I want to ask her to have a conversation.
Right. Hey, Troy, I'm going to pop out so that this other person can pop in.
Okay. He left. He popped in and then he left.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to monopolize the situation.
No problem.
You can stay. If anything, I'll pop out. You don't have to go.
No, if anything, I will pop out.
No.
We're all too kind.
Sherita,
well, my wife's coming home, and I'm supposed to take her to a movie. So when she comes through that door, you'll see me go black.
So look,
Nathan, you want to get in trouble?
He's intentional, okay? He's intentional about taking his wife to the movie. Hey,
that's good.
You're a smart man.
Yeah,
I don't know if I go that far. Just
you are a smart man. Hey. There you go. So, Troy, in the week that's coming up, what are some of the things that you plan to do as far as living intentionally is concerned?
Well, one of them is my date night every third Fridays with my wife. So that's going to be intentional, and then I'm going to be intentional with I'll have some questions that I will ask her. I'll think of some things just to have a good conversation with my wife. Also, I still haven't. I got to do that this week. His wife must have came in.
Take care, Nathan. Enjoy your dinner or the movie.
I have to I still owe that lady lunch at the Burger King that I told you about. So
you still haven't went?
I know, and I still need to. I got to get with my friend. I still need to do something for the homeless. I did do the one guy, but I want to do it with a serious guy. But so those what I'll work on this week.
Wow. Okay.
What about you?
Well, for me, I have the I'm going to go to the nursing home on Thursday, to the assisted living. I should have called it nursing home. Assisted living. And then I have some on Friday, there's some veterans that I actually have asked them if I can go and have lunch with them.
Okay.
And just listen to their stories. I love to hear stories from people. So just to take the time to listen to their story. And I guess I'm going to be intentional about it and write down some questions like you said.
Yeah.
I was intentional today when I cut my finger.
Oops.
How'd you cut your finger?
I was cutting something and then it was frozen and I cut my finger. Yeah, I cut a big gouge out of it. But
I seen the Band-Aid.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's not so bad.
No,
But I just said something because I know I keep pointing and it looks like
I'm talking to this dog and I'm getting this.
No, I seen it when you waved.
Yeah, so definitely going to be intentional and write down some questions to ask them. And I'm still working on my project to get these veterans sponsored for this program. One thing that I'm doing intentionally is even when I get a no, I'm going to keep calling because it's bigger than me. Yeah. It's bigger than me. So I definitely have to make sure that when I get a no, I keep calling. Huh?
I was asking Kat, what is she planning on this week? Any in particular?
Well, you guys are very advanced.
No, we're not.
I just
try to be intentional.
Yeah, my main thing is to keep reminding myself and extricating myself from any kind of emotional distraction so that I can focus on kind of like the here and now and whoever's in front of me. I do a lot of work on the phone and I try very, very hard to focus. Everybody's multitasking. Nobody really listens to you and they're floating around and they're grocery and why, you know what I mean? And I just feel that out of respect, just for myself, I have to give it my best shot. When somebody calls, they have a problem, they're looking for a solution. It's my job to politely assist them. Mm-hmm. And I can't be, eating crackers and floating around and having 5 phone calls at once. You know what I mean? So I try all the time at work to do that. But I'm actually going to go to the Miami Book Festival this weekend. And I'm just going to kind of, be there and be open and bump into who I bump into. And that's a real treat for me to just kind of, without the structure, I can just sort of wander around and go to the different events and meet who I meet. And you never know.
Very true. You never know. I love that when you're on a phone call, you're going to be present because that's so important. And I think a lot of people really like the best customer service people that I know are those who really are attentive to me. When I call on the phone, 9 times out of 10, if I'm calling you on the phone, I'm not happy. And so,
right. Starting out, you're already like, help me. What's happening? Yeah.
And then you get all these buttons you got to push and all that kind of stuff. So when I get a customer service representative, I'm so humbled. I always make sure that I, say thank you more than enough. Like I deal with a lot of organizations that they cater to veterans, and they're constantly, I'm sorry, I have to keep you on hold. I'm sorry. I'll be with you just shortly. And I'm like, just calm down. I'm not one of those irate customers. You need to keep pampering like that. Just do what you got to do. I'm on the phone. You're helping me. I'm good, So, yeah, I appreciate being listened to. I really appreciate, when people let me know they care. That's important. So, yeah, I applaud you for that.
Yeah. Right.
And that's called undivided attention.
Indeed.
Yeah. giving the person your undivided attention, because it's easy to both try to multitask and get distracted. And I have to remind myself, I can't multitask. I mean, you said something to me last night, Sherita. You said, I told you about a potential coaching client, and you said, make sure you listen. You're listening, and I made sure that I followed that. I was really engaged in listening, and so that's sometimes that's a simple act of kindness, just giving a person your undivided attention, and as Nathan said, listen.
Wow, this is awesome. So we're getting close to the top of the hour, and we actually have a training call to hop on after this. So,
oops.
Yeah. Any final words?
Thank you. It's been fun. I just liked your topic, so I thought, well, I could certainly use getting myself back together on track here. So I better stop by.
Right. Okay.
Thank you so much for stopping by. It was great. I was pleasantly surprised, although I was delayed, that someone was here with Troy. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
When's the next time we're going to be on, Troy? Do we want
to go ahead and move it to this time? Is this time better?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think this time is the best time.
Okay. Next week, next Tuesday, 6 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
Okay. And Kathy, I just followed you, so
I see that. Very cool.
When you are
back at you
free next week, then make sure you get on this, okay?
Yeah, that's good time for me because I get off at 5. I got a couple 3-5 things to do, and that's a good time zone for me.
We were doing it at 4 Eastern, so we decided we find out that there's more people on later. So.
Right. Well, right, because they're traveling, leaving work and this and that, right? Yeah.
All right, then.
Cool.
All right, Kat. Thank you, Sherita. We'll talk later tonight. And Sherita, Kat, Sherita and I, we also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter. I'm on Instagram and Pinterest. So if you want to connect with us, we're available on all those.
Yeah, he's on Periscope too, all the time.
Oh, well, I'll look for you on Periscope then. That's
okay.
Cool.
Yes, follow me.
Videos on Periscope. Oh my goodness, you have to go and look for some of them. What was that last one you did that was hilarious to me?
9. Let me see. 9.
Not that one before. 20. It was 20.
20 social media rules for dummies.
You big.
Oh, okay. Cool.
No, you did one for men, didn't you?
That was the 9 words women use communication tips for dummies.
Okay.
Yes.
He's hilarious when he's doing those too. You will enjoy it.
I gotta check it out.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, you guys.
It was great. Thanks so much. Here, okay.
I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, Bola.